In 1997, 25 long years ago, we were treated to a little thriller of a film directed by Jonathan Mostow and starring Kurt Russell, in which Kurt Russell loses his wife while on a road trip and he has to find out what has happened to her. This here isn't that film, but it's very damn similar. This is my review for the new Gerard Butler starring movie Last Seen Alive. So let's talk about it. Okay, so this film has just opened, Last Seen Alive. It's rated R, it runs for 95 minutes. It stars Gerard Butler as Will Spann, and Jamie Alexander has his wife Lisa Spann. The film was directed by Brian Goodman. This is his third directorial film, and written by Mark Friedman. Now this film is a thriller, yep. Sort of action thriller, shall we say. It follows a story of this couple, and they're on a road trip. He's taken her to stay at her parents' to spend some time there because they're going through some family difficulties. Their relationship's on rocky ground, and whilst on the way, he has to stop off for petrol, not far from where her parents live, only about 5 miles. She goes into the gas station and, from his perspective, doesn't come out again. Yeah, she vanishes, she's been kidnapped, and he has to find out the reasons why and what exactly has gone on. Obviously, he seeks the help of the police, and we're introduced to a police detective who helps him in finding what's gone on. That's pretty much the crux of the story. The whole film is based around Gerard Butler running around trying to find out exactly what has happened to his wife, taking the law into his own hands because the police are pretty ineffective in what they're doing, so he has to do it all himself. Yes, the similarities are rife with the movie Breakdown from 1997 that I'd already mentioned. But 25 years is quite a long time in anyone's books. So is this film any good? Is it captivating enough to keep you glued to the screen? To be fair, it is a pretty damn fun film. Fun's probably the wrong terminology to use for this movie, given its story and what it's about. 95 minutes is a good length for this film. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's fast-paced, it's brisk, it's got some good acting in it from Gerard Butler. But let's be fair, Gerard Butler, he's quite good in his action roles. It's always a welcome to go and see a Gerard Butler film. He is quite dynamic in what he does, and he won't win no awards or anything like that. But you can have a good time with his movies, and this film is no exception to that. Jamie Alexander herself, within the context of this film, she hasn't really got too much to do because obviously she's the person that vanishes. You may know her as her time in the MCU, a short-lived time playing Lady Sif in the couple of the Thor films. But most recently, she has been the star of the TV series Blind Spot. Within the context of this film, she's fine in what she's given to do. She looks very pale though. She looks like she's got no colour to her. Like I said, which is very odd looking, which is fine at the end of the film after she's been through what she's gone through. But at the start, I don't get it. She's wearing white and her face looks extremely white. I don't know, but there we go. But she's fine in what she does. The rest of the cast are all adequate in the roles that they portray. It's competently directed, given that Brian Goodman, it's only his third directing to feature. It's got some nice camera shots. It's got a very sort of muted colour palette to it. But the film does look and feel wonderful. There is, aside from a bit of dodgy CGI when there's this explosion, the whole film feels like it's in very much in capable hands. The musical score for the film is a bit underwhelming. It's somewhat odd. They try and convey the upset and the dismay that this character of Will is going through when he first comes to realise there's something wrong, by giving you this sort of weird kind of a musical element, where it's pretty much, apart from a few background instruments, it's literally one or two keys on a piano, and that did feel rather odd, and it was really getting on my nerves. But this is just me nitpicking at this film. The film is, like I said, it is beautifully directed. It's acted very well. It's a joy from beginning to end. There was no, you know, this is one of those sort of films that you're either gonna grip to, or you're gonna sort of say it's a sort of throwaway movie, a throwaway 90 minutes. For me, this is the sort of film that I would pick up on physical media, and I would rewatch again. It's a decent foray into the genre that it's intended. Yeah, I can't really fault the film in any way. It was, like I said, it ain't gonna win awards, ain't gonna set the box office alight. It's gonna go underneath the radar for most people, but it's an enjoyable 95 minutes, and your 95 minutes could be spent on something far, far worse than this movie. So, very enjoyable. Anyway, that's it. I'm just going to leave it with that. It's a positive review. I ain't really got nothing negative to say about it. So there we go. This is AJ. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment down below if you've seen this film, if you like this film, if you intend to watch this film, if you like Gerard Butler, if you dislike Gerard Butler. Let's have a little discussion about it. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care all, and goodbye.